Man vs. 50 with author Richard Maloof. Real advice and real stories on topics, regardless of age, and important to the modern man. Now, here's Richard.
All right. What's going on, man?
Oh, man. Living the dream.
Living the dream. I
Yep.
love that.
Yep.
Did you have a good week?
I did.
Yeah?
It's a super busy week, though. Very, very busy work. Thursday got, 50 emails in 2 hours that
Nice.
I still haven't looked at. So
Did
still need to work on that.
you do anything fun for the Valentine's Day?
We had a wedding that we went to.
Oh, okay.
So it was nice. That's one of my things today that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
So
that makes
but
sense.
It was a beautiful ceremony.
Yeah.
We are friends with the mom and the dad of the son. Their son got married, so it was real neat. The dad officiated the wedding, so that was really cool. That was
That's
real
cool.
special. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a special night.
That's cool. Yeah.
Anyway.
So we have done a few of these before where we kind of just do some different things lighthearted after 50 or things we think about, growing up when we did, you know. So
Yep.
today we're going to do something different, but this is something again that turning 50 you kind of go through, and
Yep.
it's things you kind of stop doing after you turn 50. And not necessarily stop doing, but just change or something. So I asked you to put together a list. We said 10, there could be a little bit more, but I said 10, and we're going to cover those and just kind of go over them. And hopefully you'll have a better showing than you did on the soon to be released car video top 10, which was brutal, by the way. I watched it again,
Yeah.
and to be honest, I was sitting in here alone laughing at your answers and the things you said. So
Then you're welcome.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Yes.
So it'd be good. So
I'm sure our viewers will have comments that will say they agree with my selection. Not that they disagree with yours, but that I'm not as wrong as you think I am.
yeah, I got to be honest. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll wait till it releases and then see what happens.
Okay.
So it,
All right.
it was pretty brutal. Okay.
How many accounts can I create?
Exactly. Go in and
To
say
go in and put comments.
fake accounts. Okay, so we'll get started and we'll just kind of do the same format we did with the cars. We'll just kind of
Okay.
go back and forth, and
All right.
no particular order or anything. So we will just go down the list.
Okay.
You kind of talk about, maybe mention it, a reason why, and your thought process, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So things you don't do anymore after 50.
Okay. You don't get up too quickly. You think about it because there's a lot of pieces that have
Yes.
to go and work in unison.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
I woke up the other day and my shoulder felt like I tore my rotator cuff. So maybe, I was pitching all year for the
Yeah.
Astros or something,
right.
but why was my shoulder feeling like I tore the tendon in my shoulder?
Well, just at the wedding last night, it was an outdoor wedding, and we sat on benches that did not have a back. And so my back goes, hey, I've got to rest.
Right.
So I got up slowly. The wedding was done. They walked out and got up slowly. Well, the dinner was indoors, and I'm like, I just got to get inside and sit down. Well, it took them forever to get done with pictures. We go in to sit down, also benches with no back. And I'm like, okay, I'm still fighting it today.
What is this, like farm to table or something? Like
I know,
what,
right?
what was it?
It was a really neat venue.
Right.
I mean, it really was.
Right.
The indoor part, like outdoors, was on like tree logs that had been cut, and then the bench, across
That's
that.
cool,
So
yeah.
that was really neat. It had candles down the middle and everything. It was really cool. The dinner was inside of I know there's a term for it, but it was a tent, but it was like 3 peaked tents. Anyway,
TP?
no, I mean from the outside,
Yeah.
when you look at it, it kind of looked like that. But anyway, but there were so many people that this particular venue uses benches instead of chairs. That way, 3 people could sit on the bench, or you could put 6
Right.
people. You don't
That
have
makes
to put
sense.
individual chairs. So I mean, hey, hotel guy here, it was a really good setup, but I needed a back.
Yeah,
So-
logistically, it made sense,
Yes.
right? Or the
Yep.
infrastructure. So, okay, well, okay.
So get up
See.
slowly,
Yes.
sit on a bench with a back.
I agree.
Yep.
100% on
Okay.
that one. Something I stopped doing after 50, make dinner reservations or dinner plans after 7:00.
That's on your.
I mean, I can't. I can't. I don't want to. I just, it is so odd the fact that staying out, I used to stay out pretty late. So
Same.
in the small town I'm from, why this is a thing, but the bars don't close until 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So there'd be plenty of times we'd be leaving, heading to breakfast, and the sun's coming up.
Yep.
That just sounds so ridiculous to me right now.
Miserable.
Like I can't, but
Yes.
it's literally like after 7:00, I will not, like we had dinner reservations for Valentine's Day, 6:30. Like it's just, I'm going, I just want to.
It's going to creep up.
Yeah, I mean,
next year it'll be 6 and then 5:30.
I used to make fun of like the blue hair special, you
Yeah,
know, like these
yeah.
people eating early. That's me.
It makes sense now.
It's crazy.
Totally get it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to just kind of tag into
Okay.
that one. Mine was don't forget to look at the clock when deciding what you're going to eat because it could make for a really long night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very true. I'm not, well, there's a lot of things about us that just aren't as resilient as they used to be.
Okay.
That's a good way to
That's
put
a
it.
nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this is kind of similar to the first one, but if we're sitting on the couch relaxing, I'm not starting a movie past 7:00
Yeah.
because someone's going to fall asleep and it's just, that's it.
It's probably going to be me.
Yeah. So there's no point. So why start a movie?
Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy to think that really, when I'm looking, like when we go to finally sit down, depending on what time we sit down, depending on the time, I'm deciding if are we just going to watch a TV show, a series that's 45 minutes, like just, I'm not committing myself
Right.
to 2 hours
Yep.
at that time of night.
Yep.
I'm just not. So
I used to, when I dated Lori, I would be at her house until 3:00.
yeah.
And then I had to be at work at 5:30. I had to be at work at 5:30. I'd run home. I'd take a quick nap, jump up, go to work. I got off at 1 or 2, take a 2-hour nap or something, and then get up and keep going. I cannot imagine
No.
trying to do that today.
That'd be a week of recovery for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine, I think this goes for you and I. It doesn't go for everybody,
Yeah.
but I do not leave the house without my glasses.
Oh gosh. Don't. Okay. So I got these new glasses, transition lenses,
That's what these are.
and I'm telling you,
Welcome.
I'm confusing myself using these things.
Really?
Like look up, look down, like so. I guess I'm not used to them.
You'll get there.
My reader part isn't as big as I like, so I have to wear. I'm this guy now, where I have a pair of readers in my office for the computer, and then my transitions go out because I can use them
Yeah.
for both, you
Right.
know. And like all of a sudden, I don't know if you're the same way, but at night, trying to drive at night, seeing, like I need my distance glasses now, where before I never did.
Well, that's what I've got the transition.
Yeah.
So
So those now I wear
Yeah,
glasses to
I
drive.
just wear 'em all the time.
I'm just like, what is going on with this
Doctor-
eyesight thing?
when I got them, the doctor goes, "You don't have to wear these all the time," you know. Da, da, da. And I just said, "No, I'm in. That's it. I'm either going to wear them or I'm not going to wear them."
Yeah.
And I was at the
Yeah.
need for other times,
Right.
And I wasn't going to have to keep up with a pair of glasses, so I just put them on.
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
right. I mean,
You're right.
I got to figure this out.
Good luck.
Yeah. Things I'm not doing after 50, don't call me to help you move. I'm not helping you move. I mean, if you're over 30,
Yeah.
it's time to hire some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not helping you move.
I'll let you borrow my truck.
Yeah,
But
I'll give you the $20 an hour or whatever it is for the rent a U-Haul, but I am not coming to help you move. I'm just not. So
that's a good one.
I mean, I think as you reach a certain age, you just don't even ask, and I'll just flat out no. I mean, I'm sorry, but no.
I don't have a doctor's note, but I did have a doctor tell me I have this SI joint over here and it slips. for no real reason, it will just slip sometimes. And he goes, well, you'll never have to move anybody again.
Yeah.
And I went, well, I didn't really want this, but cool. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
exactly.
Now I can go, oh,
built
sorry.
in,
Got
built
the SI
in,
joint.
get out of jail free card.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yep.
All right.
All right. This one's a little more serious. Don't give, at least for me, I don't give 100% trust in someone on day one. They've got to earn it.
I agree.
And I've been burned so many times by just saying, "Hey, you're great,"
Right.
and that coming back,
Right.
So
100%. And I think we were going to do a show. We're going to do a show on that, just friendships and people. So we won't get too into that.
No,
but
no
yes,
deep on
I
that.
agree 100%. I prided myself on being very fashionable, but I got to be honest, I opt for comfort over fashion now. Like I have like these baggy sweats I wear, and like I just want to be comfortable. Like I'm not trying to. Before it was like I wouldn't leave the house without,
Right.
Now I'm just like I just want to be comfortable,
Yeah.
and I just choose comfort over fashion.
I still think your comfort is way more fashionable than my comfort.
Right?
But I agree with the mentality of
Yes,
it. Yes.
but it is. I definitely opt for,
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
All right. At 50, I think there's just this internal button that gets pressed that there is no filter anymore. I don't care what you think. I'm going to speak my mind, my piece, and move on.
Yes.
And so
100%.
just automatically.
That's one of mine. I just don't care what people think anymore.
don't.
I really don't. I mean, and that goes with, I'm not going to be rude to somebody or whatever, but I just don't care. Like it goes back to that leaving the house, like comfort versus fashion.
Yeah.
I just don't care. And before, like I really, really did. And now I'm just like, meh.
Yeah.
I might get a double take by someone, but I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, like you said, it's not a rude thing.
No, I know you're saying.
And it's just, I don't like that.
Right.
Or I do like that.
Right.
And I don't care that you may have an opposite opinion. I mean, let's speak it and talk about it, but it doesn't
Right.
change me.
I agree
Anyway.
100%. Yeah, I agree
The
100%.
filter is gone.
Gone.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, you're up.
Well, we had the same one
Oh, the
about,
same.
yeah,
Okay.
so you can go ahead.
Okay. I kind of a little more serious one. Don't work hard to impress anyone else. You work hard for you.
Right.
For yourself.
Right. I struggled with that leaving Peoria because I didn't think, I didn't have like the best support group that's like, go. I was just kind of, besides my grandparents, they were like, you got this. You got this. I was 26, moved from Peoria, Illinois to Dallas.
Yeah.
And people were like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving home? And then, so I felt this need to prove success.
Yep.
Whether it was a car I had or this or that. And it just, at the end of the day, nobody cares.
Nope.
Like nobody cares.
Well, I mean, and if you are doing it to seek gratification from someone else, you're never gonna fill your tank.
Right. Of course.
So you've got to do it for yourself.
Right.
And when you are proud of your day's work, let's just say, when you're proud at the end of the day, good for you.
Right.
You have grown substantially.
Right. And well, it's kind of like doing this. I mean,
We're not doing this for anybody else.
yeah, we
Per
open,
se.
we open ourselves up to,
Yep.
people's thoughts and whatever. But at the end of the day, I was thinking this morning, I'm like, I just enjoy doing it. It's fun, So I agree 100%. This one you and I are going to disagree on.
Oh. All right.
But I can't do it anymore. Loud music.
Oh.
And I know you love
do
jamming
disagree.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're jamming out. And I can do concerts. I will do live concerts, Post Malone, do whatever. But just in the car jamming to loud music, it's so bad that, okay, so I have this addiction to sports radio, and all I listen to is ESPN sports radio.
Yeah.
All the time. When I'm driving, that's all I listen to. And Michelle's like,
You've turned into the
"You're
old man.
such an old man.
Yeah.
All you listen to is sports radio." I'm like, that's not being old. But I guess
Talk radio would be
talk
old.
radio is a little bit old. But
Yeah. But sports radio is
sports radio,
still talk radio.
I just enjoy. I don't know. I just don't listen to that much music. And then when there's something on I don't want to listen to, whatever, I just turn on like 80s music or something
Yes.
like that. But in terms of the volume, I'm just not rocking out.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
It's funny. In the car, I don't necessarily listen to it loud like I used to.
Right.
I used to have
Oh,
speakers and whole
subs
systems
and all that.
right.
Yeah.
But at home, I told you I've got the vintage stereo set up, right? I sent you the picture. And so, I mean, I want it loud.
Right.
Let's peel the paint off the walls because I feel like I'm at a concert there.
Yeah.
But,
I can't.
So are you one of those guys that turns the radio down to see like an address? You know, like when you're
No,
driving?
it's not.
Just
But
playing
I
with
do
you.
do that though.
I
Like
do too.
the background, like I don't want to be distracted, you know?
right.
So, but it's just weird. I can't do it anymore.
That's okay.
Or I used to. So
That's okay.
And I used to hear, I remember like when I was young, when my buddy used to come pick me up, I could hear him like way down the street because his trunk was rattling from the two 15-inch subwoofers that he had in the back that sounded like complete crap, but it was just so cool because you had subs
He's
in the
playing
trunk.
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or Fat Boys. You
Fat
remember the
Boys back then. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, good times.
All right.
Okay. Well, okay. I forgot this one. I think we kind of had. Just don't go out late, especially on a weeknight.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, so we'll go with this one. You just don't sleep late anymore. I don't know what happened. I used to love that.
I don't.
It's over.
I don't like. I'm waking up the rooster that's like
Right.
a couple
Are you
blocks
going
down
to crow? Yes.
because, and that is one of mine. I don't sleep anymore. I wake up at no matter what time I go to bed. I'm up at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I literally get up at like 4:30 in the morning, but I think there is something magical about that time because I'm all alone.
Yep.
It's quiet. I make my coffee, and I just like I feel like none of the rest of the world's awake, so I can just exist. And
100%.
yeah, it's kind of like meditating in a way.
Yeah.
But I love it. And you know, Michelle is like, "Are you like what?" And she's not a morning person, so you know how that goes. But so
Lori's the same way.
but now she's gotten so used. She just stay. I mean, I just get up, go, and she doesn't even blink an eye. But I just can't sleep in.
Yeah.
I cannot sleep in.
I used to do a good job at sleeping in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, having kids, that changes. But that's not today is not the result of that.
That's not this.
I like the quiet time in the morning. I used to remember my dad getting up. He still does it, but he'd get up early and he'd read his Bible and make his own notes for what he had read. Even my grandpa, his dad, do the same. Get up early, and I was always like, y'all are missing out on some really valuable sleep time. But now I really feel like you're missing out on some valuable awake time if you're sleeping.
I agree.
So,
it's funny because I'm addicted to this tea at Starbucks.
oh, what is it?
It's called a medicine ball.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay, good.
Love
good.
it.
I just want one in the morning. It wakes me up for some reason, like almost better than coffee.
Well, the lemon in it kind of gives you a...
Yeah. And so, yes. And today I went there and I'm looking at Starbucks and I'm looking at the one I go to. And I guess I never realized it opens at 4:30 in the morning. 4:30. And because I'm always worried, like, is it too early? And then on Saturdays and the weekends opens at 5.
Okay.
So I get there around 5:15 and I'm thinking to myself, I must be the only person out here at this time in the morning going to Starbucks getting a tea. And then as I'm in the drive-thru, I look inside and there's two like 60-year-old men in there. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what obviously my life will become.
This is me.
Yeah.
That's me.
So like, it's just, I guess, a thing for people our age that we just don't sleep. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Now, I will say that... Oh, do you have one? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you want to finish your thought? I don't want to interrupt you.
To counter that, we don't sleep late. I'll never pass up a chance for a nap. Like in the afternoon.
So I'm so I have this thing with naps, and I appreciate you saying that, because if I'm going to go take a nap, I literally set my alarm for 15 minutes.
Yes.
Because if I go past a certain place in that nap,
yeah, it's terrible.
I wake up and I'm not in a good mood.
You're a zombie.
I don't know why. I'm just like,
yeah.
I guess I started my night sleep already or something, but I'm not in a good mood. So
I agree.
It's got to be like timed.
I do. Mine's an hour.
Okay.
So, but it's agree.
Yeah.
I cannot. Okay, go ahead.
So we had a lot that were the same, and this has come back to kind of haunt me a little bit, but I think after a certain age, like, I don't want to wash my own car. And when I was young, me and my buddy Scotty talk about this all the time. We had nothing else to do. So I was addicted to washing my car. Like,
Wow.
I'd get up, wash my car. Do you remember the old McGuire's 3-step process, which was like basically the wash, the cleaner wax, which to this day is still an amazing product, and then the polish.
Yep.
And we'd be out there for like 4 hours, literally going through all these steps, getting the wheels dialed in, and just like, I had to do it because I wanted a clean car.
Yeah.
And that carried over in my life. I've always washed my own car and stuff like that. And then I got a little bit older and time was a little bit constrained. And I met this guy at a car show that did cars. And he would come and full wash interior. It was like $50. And I mean, you can't, and he did a really good job. I trusted him with my car. So you can't, you kind of, it's okay. Because when I used to wash, I mean, my back would be hurting, whatever.
Yeah.
So he moved on to some different things. And last week, I went out and washed my cars. No.
Still recovering.
I literally was like man down for like 2 days. That night, I felt like I ran another marathon. I was exhausted from washing a car.
Yeah.
And it's just not as fun as it used to be. I love the result, but no, I don't want to wash my own car.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was on the, a physical activity. When Lori and I got married, I said, one day I'm going to pay somebody to mow my yard, and that's when I'm going to know I made it. That guy started last week for me.
Nice.
So it's the same thing of just the physical part. Lori loves to have the yard mowed and bagged.
Right.
Well, you go down and come back, you got to empty it.
Yeah.
You go down and back.
Oh.
I'm like, look.
I remember those days.
For years, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
For years. I'm like, I'm not doing it. If we're not going to pay somebody and I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it this way.
Right.
And I'm not bagging it.
Right.
Well, she didn't really care for that, but we didn't have the money to pay for it.
I grew up having to cut the lawn,
Yeah.
shovel the driveway, all that kind of stuff. But cutting the lawn, there was a certain part of it I did love, the smell of the fresh cut grass, all that kind of stuff. But I hated it.
Yeah.
And the same thing when I got older, I mostly have lived in condos and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do yard work.
Yeah.
And that was literally the number one reason. People are like, buy a house. I'm like, I just don't want
with the responsibility.
I don't want the responsibility. So, no, 100%.
Yep.
100%.
All right. I think you're up.
I feel like we had to care about what people say. We had the same thing. Sleep, we had the same thing. Risk aversion. So
Yeah. That's a real thing now.
when I was younger, I went skydiving one time. I tried some different things, and now it's like, people want to go to this theme park and go on roller coasters. I'm like, now it's not like, oh, I'm scared of the roller coaster. I'm like, who's the guy that put it together? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not so sure, Randy,
Is this a traveling carnival?
Randy from Florida, if I really want him putting together a big, you know
Does
what I
he have
mean?
a bio? Can I read
Yeah,
it?
can I like do a background check on his
Right.
engineering degree that the Carney is putting together? And I
Yep.
just, before you're like, oh, okay. And
Yeah.
now it's like,
Well, I'll tell you, when I was in college, a buddy of mine and I would go up to the farm, and that was my grandpa's, and he had passed away, so we kept it. We had a motorcycle, but we only had one motorcycle. Well, one day he and I were just in the barn looking around at just stuff, and I said, "Hey, what if?" And what we ended up with was the motorcycle with a rope tied to a dolly that we had laid down and strapped on like just the seat part of a chair, like not the legs, but just the seat. And it had arms on it.
right.
Right. And so we would, the goal was to flip the guy back there on the dolly, going
Right.
way too fast.
Right.
Right. Oh man, somehow we did not have any broken bones, but
I wonder about that. Like some of my experiences in life, what I was thinking and how I'm not,
Yeah.
you know, like,
and we
severely
also
injured.
did this alone. There was nobody there. So I mean, if something had happened, it would have been a bad scenario.
And I had a friend growing up that was very, he had a lot more courage than I did. And we would do things, you know, tying a rope with a snowboard on the back of a four-wheeler, going through the neighborhood, you know, and, you know, the ramps we used to build, the stuff we used to
Bike
do.
ramps.
You know, the other day I was driving and I was with Michelle and I was like, when did kids start wearing helmets to ride a bike?
Right.
I'm like, that was just not a thing. I would fall, I'd get rocks embedded inside my knee. And like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's everyone's
I
like
agree.
in a bubble, and I'm just like, okay.
So again, not so funny, but don't wait on something to happen.
Yeah.
And this is not meant to sound like an old and decrepit
Right.
person, but we don't know how much time we have.
Right.
Where before, like we were talking about, we were invincible.
Right.
We don't know how much time we have left, so don't just wait. You go do it.
It's amazing how you think about that, because I'm just like, just do it, just go.
Yeah.
And how fast time goes by now.
Yep.
It is like, didn't I just see you yesterday? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just, it goes by so fast, you don't even realize it. And it's, to your point, you know, it's like stop and smell the roses. It's really a thing when you get older, because you're just like, you don't know. And then, you know, you hear about some of these people that have passed away, and you're like, man, because they were like, you know, maybe a childhood idol or something or whatever, and they're like 58. Like, what? Like, it's just weird.
Right.
It's scary. So yeah, no, I totally agree. And some observations, some of mine are just observations. Like, I find myself like, what am I doing? Like, complaining the other day because our neighbors left their garbage cans out too long. Like, what am I? Who am I? Like, I mean, I'm like the neighborhood watch now.
I complain about the guy across the street parks his car in the street right behind my driveway,
Yeah,
and I have a hard time getting out.
It's the same here too. And I'm just like, do they not like understand how this works? Like, I need room to get out, and it's just, I just find myself like noticing things I would really never have cared about before. Too many cars in the street, garbage cans out, lawn not cut. Why didn't I cut his lawn? We better call homeowners association. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Like, don't I have better things to do
Come on, Karen.
in my life? Yeah. Yeah, it's, and then, and I'm sure you said you had some other ones that were
Yep.
just like observations.
Yep.
Like, I feel like my road rage has increased dramatically, and I don't know why.
I've had to really work on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten better, but I'm still not where I need to be.
I just feel like no one knows how to drive anymore.
Well, they don't. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. And it's like, are you not looking at the speed limit? like I'm okay with at least going the speed limit,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're going 40 and a 45,
Right.
what do we like?
Why
Come
are
on,
you here?
come on.
Move.
How'd you get your license?
Right.
In the left lane. Don't even get me started
Oh,
with that.
Yep.
Don't even get me started with that.
Yep.
All right.
I've got one. Don't feel bad about saying no.
Oh my gosh, that was one of mine.
Was it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, how long did it take to get here? It's liberating.
It is liberating. And mine was no longer saying yes when I really mean no, because I just no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, like helping move.
moving,
No.
yeah, or you know, like, hey, we're all meeting, you know, down in the city for some drinks at 7:30, 8 o'clock. No, can't. I can't.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it'll be fun when I'm there, and then that drive home, it's like no, or you know, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yep.
No. Like, Michelle asked me at night, we had reservations for dinner, 6:30. And
Early bird special.
she's like, do you really want to go tonight? Or do you want to like sit on the couch and watch a movie and order pizza? I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. Yes. That's what I want. It's because it's raining out. And apparently after 50, you melt in the rain because I don't want to go in the rain. I do not want to go in the rain to go to dinner.
Yep.
I just don't. And mine is always like, well, you know, the bottle of wine at home is much cheaper than the bottle of wine at the restaurant.
That's true.
So we can save money by staying home.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was always kind of a homebody anyway,
Same.
which is kind of surprising to a lot of people because people are like, no. I would rather stay home, movie, glass of wine, and that's it. I don't want to be bothered, you know? And so, yeah, I just, you know, like I will just say, no, I don't want to. Before I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
let's just go.
Begrudgingly go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feel obligated.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. When did I start saying kids these days? Like, when did that become a thing? What age are you that you start complaining about the way young kids act nowadays? Like, there's a thing, right? Like, these kids nowadays, I'm like, when I was young, I would hear that. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know? But now that's me.
Same.
Like, I'm complaining about kids that have grown up in a time so different than when I grew up. You know, like, I mean, we talked about technology is insane and the things they see and are exposed to and face as a young person, but their thought process, the way they find happiness, their communication skills, it's just so different. So different that, but now I'm just like, man, kids these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say it all the time.
Okay. Yeah, good. Because that's just, it really is like insane how when you get older, you start observing the people around you. Like the other day, you know, I'm walking out of somewhere. Like these little things bother me. Maybe this contributes to my road rage. My grandmother taught me a lot of things. Like if you're driving and someone lets you in, acknowledge them.
Right.
You know, someone opens a door for you, thank you. Right. You hold the door for someone, they should say thank you. Where is all that gone?
I don't know.
It's weird.
We all grew up, like people our age, we all grew up with a grandmother, a father, a grandparent, a mother, whatever, that taught us that. It's people our age that are no longer doing that. I mean, clearly and younger, but just the people our age bother me the most.
Yes, I agree. So if I let someone in our age and they just look at me, I'm like,
oh, I'll flash the lights and wave at them.
Yeah.
Like,
I just want to like knock it in, drive and just ram them.
When I open the door for someone and they walk in and they don't say thank you, I go, you're welcome.
Yeah. It is just amazing how unself-aware people have become.
Yeah.
It's like, and I always talk about this at the grocery store when someone leaves like their cart in the middle of the thing, like, what are we doing? I'll hit it. I'll literally kind of nudge theirs out of the way. And then, oh, I'm sorry. Really?
Are you?
Really, are you?
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very hot. Very hot. You have...
I've got one more.
Okay.
I've just got, don't minimize the small things. And you kind of said that
Yes.
stop and smell the roses.
Yep.
But what, I mean, you've got to find the joy in the little things, because that really helps.
Right.
I mean, that's when you overlook all of those neat things. I mean, it could be very small accomplishments.
Right.
Right. That, and not even for yourself, but for someone else. When I see a young child or whatever, and they, I don't know, they do something, they catch a ball, they throw a ball. I love it. Right. I love watching little kids play t-ball. Right. Because, and they just run past first base and they keep going, or they hit the ball and they run to go find it or go get it. Those are like precious moments that you don't get those back.
Right.
You know? So anyway.
No, I agree. And
I think it's important.
I've been trying to do a better job of doing that. And I find myself, to your point, the small things that aren't elaborate, aren't crazy, that I actually, like, that really makes me happy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big a deal. Getting a Starbucks tea in the morning, you know, just enjoying that first sip. It's nice, you know.
But recognizing it.
Right.
Because you could have bought that cup of tea, you know, and just, that was just step 3 in your day.
Right.
But when you take a minute, you know, I always tell the kids, talking about the technology, that their faces are in their screens, or they're taking pictures of everything. Right. I have raised both of the boys, Lori and I, raised the boys to live in the moment.
Right.
Take a picture. Absolutely document it, remember it, but don't live through your camera.
Right.
And I go to a concert, don't video it.
Yeah.
Be there to enjoy the concert.
I will make a conscious effort to, like, if I go see, like, I went and saw Coldplay in Arizona.
Okay.
And amazing, right? It was such an amazing spectacle. Like, I really wanted to take it in. I told myself, okay, take some photos right away, you know, do some video, but then after that, just put the phone away, because you will have the memory.
Yep.
Of course, I want to look back someday. I have this thing where I will scroll back to the beginning of all my photos, like when I'm flying or something, and I'll just start looking through them and just start reminiscing about those times.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I love doing that, because it's just like, wow, I remember that. Oh, geez, I can't believe I did that, whatever, you know? So, but I make sure I take a little bit of it, and then like put it away, because I want to take it in. Like, it's amazing.
Pictures everybody says pictures last forever. Okay, true. But they can get deleted, you know, whatever. But mental pictures never go away.
Right.
Those you have forever.
Right.
And so that's kind of what I'm talking about, the small things is soak it in, live in the moment, be there, appreciate it all.
Well, and I'll tell you the story. I don't know if you know this about me or what happened to me, but
You're on Entourage.
Yes, I was.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay. Now I do.
So I was in 8th grade. We just finished. I was going to be a freshman in high school. And I went to the Bradley basketball camp. Did I tell you the story?
No.
Okay. Went to Bradley basketball camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
this one.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Stan Albeck was the coach of Bradley. He used to coach the Bulls, blah, blah, blah. It was the Michael Jordan Bradley basketball camp. Michael Jordan came one day. I had brand new Jordans on, called me out on the court to play one-on-one. So nervous. Tears were coming down my eye. I don't even know why. I was so nervous. He, you know, practice this move, do this. You know, I juked him a couple of times. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. I got around him and went in, did a layup, whatever, a couple times. And my mom, being my mom, was in the audience taking photos with a camera that had no film in it. So I never got pictures of it. to your point, it was a memory I will always have.
Yes.
I don't care if anybody believes me.
That's right.
No, there's people. It is a fact. It happened. Although I do think the guy I was with has photos, but he was so jealous that he didn't want to give them to me. But that's a
He might now.
yeah, no,
He's over 50.
yeah, not true. So, but that memory, that thought of that really happening was such an amazing experience.
Yep.
And I think if that was now, there'd be 1,000 cameras. There would be, I'd be like, oh, I got to post this. I got to show the world.
Right.
But that memory is just for me.
Right.
And whatever, you know what I mean? But it's just how different. But to your point, it lives in here and it'll live forever.
Yep.
So, all right, I have one more. My observation of me, not necessarily things I don't do after 50, but things I do. Why am I in love with Buc-ee's all of a sudden?
Oh, no.
I love Buc-ee's.
Do you have a Buc-ee's hat?
I literally, I haven't gone that far.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I haven't gone that far. I literally and I think it's nothing else. So when I'm going to Austin or something, I'll plan bathroom stops or stops just so I can get out and stretch, right? But what I appreciate about Buc-ee's is their bathrooms are so clean. I mean, it's just, I feel like consistently, no matter which one you go to, consistently clean, good to go. I just really appreciate that. So I guess the little things, right?
Okay.
Clean bathrooms.
Okay. All right.
Back
all
to your
right.
point.
Okay.
I just want a nice clean bathroom.
Then I will not diss you on that.
Okay. Love bug. Okay.
It's Wonder Bug.
Yes, okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
I've already explained this to you.
Yeah. So yes, I think clean facilities
Yeah.
is very important to me as, an adult.
But it's so busy.
It is a little chaotic, but if you just stay focused on getting to the bathroom and getting out, you're fine. If you can maneuver and slalom through all these people buying food and shirts and soda and coffee and this, if you can just you park, the key is you got to park at the right spot too.
Yep.
So you can get in the one main door.
Yep.
Because if you come in that side door and have to walk through like the little store and all the food and all that, you're toast.
Yeah.
You just added another 15 minutes to your life.
Probably.
Yeah. So, or to your journey. So, yeah.
Yeah, I read something. I was looking to see curiosity of, if, what did other people say? Were we similar? There were a lot of similarities in how they felt about things that they don't do after 50. But one of them was, if there's not a parking lot, I'm not going. I'm not driving around trying to find a spot, like on the street or whatever. If there's not a parking lot, I'm not going.
Right.
So
no, it's true.
But so to me, the parking lot at Buc-ee's, even though there's a parking lot, I'm not going. It's too many people.
Yeah, but man, it's so big. You can park that Mustang way out.
I would have to.
Yeah. You don't want anything to happen to that thing.
No, please.
Yeah.
That's not the parking lot for that Mustang.
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
true.
Not for me.
That's
I'd
true.
be a nervous wreck. I'd
That's
tell Lori
true.
going inside.
That's true. All right. Anything else? Any last
that's
words?
it.
Well, that was good.
Yeah,
I
that was
appreciate that. That was fun. And we'll got the second part of Mindset coming out in a couple of days.
Good.
So we'll have that up in there for
right.
everyone. So
Excellent.
yeah, I can't wait to get the car video up because it's classic. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Same.
Good seeing you. All right. That's funny.
Thanks for watching Man vs. 50 with author Richard Maloof. Don't forget to subscribe.